Hi, Colton. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and thanks so much for linking in. And yes, I'd love to talk with you. And if the only time that you have time to do it is on the weekend, I'll try to be as flexible as I can, to make it a convenient time, and then obviously as brief as I can. But I figured I'd give you a quick little highlight of what Win My Vote is. And one of the main reasons that we want to partner with groups and organizations like yours is because we feel it's a major complement to the stuff that you guys are doing. And that is, when we built the site, we really built it as a way for a registered voter to be able to organize everything they needed to know, to go out and vote. And I'm sure you're aware of the numbers that, we have 55% of registered voters showing up for, some elections. And then, when of those 55 that are showing up, if you start counting the down ballot races, you're really getting numbers like 15 and 20% of registered voters voting in the school board race, sometimes even lower than that. Which we think is simply because the average voter doesn't have time to look at the school board candidates, to review each one of the candidates side by side, and then make, a well-informed vote. So they just skip it all together. Excuse me. So, when we built this ballot, we tried to make it as simple as we could for the voter. The voter simply signs up with either a social media account or an email address, and it's totally free. They put their zip code in, and that zip code, places them in specific districts. And if there's any conflict or overlap, we have some resources on the sign-up page so that they get into the correct district. But with that, we can give them their sample ballot from, the national races down through the state, into the county, and then even into the city council, board of supervisors, all the way down to school board. And they can look at the different candidates, and they can, compare the candidates side by side. And, they can watch video of the candidate.
I've always been familiar with poverty, and have always done what I could to relieve.
And they can see the latest tweets, and they can look at issues. And again, these are all built by the candidate. So the candidate builds their own page, like they build their own Facebook page or LinkedIn profile, and then they place themselves in the race that they're running for. So this right here are groups and organizations that we call trusted sources that the voter would then select to have appear on their ballot. And for example, this one right here is, these are all endorsements for this candidate. So the voter can easily, click on here and see the endorsement.
Hi, this is Randy Weingarten. As many of you know,
and they can then, move on to the next endorsement.
For more than a year now, across thousands of miles in all 50 states.
And then get a real good feel. And if they follow these groups and organizations, then that's a real good indicator, that they're going to favorite this candidate. And they say, okay, great, I'm done with that race. These groups and organizations that I trust and that I'm sort of like-minded groups, then I'm going to, trust their endorsement and choose that candidate. So that's one way that we could partner a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys want to become a group or an organization that endorses candidates, or endorses propositions. I saw on your webpage that you you were saying that you don't endorse things and that you're, nonpartisan. But we can talk a little bit about how a nonpartisan group would function on Win My Vote. And there's lots of other features and things that you can do, on that side. The other one is just a partnership of resources. So we would be happy to stick, your logo and a link right back to your page under voter resources. So right now under voter resources, again, these are state ballots. So they would just go right to the Secretary of State's office to register to vote or vote by mail or request an absentee vote, those types of things. And we'd be happy to stick your logo here and, have it go to your page where the voter could then, go through, and see some of your resources, which I think are great. But would love to talk with you about that. And then also we're doing the National Student Parent Mock Election, which is the oldest and biggest student mock election in the country. It's served 50 million students since 1980, and we're expecting about 5 million students, and teachers this year. And would love to talk with you about that, and if that could be something that you guys could help promote. We think it's a great way to get kids to start understanding the importance of voting and registering to vote, as well as the parents, working with the kids on that and sort of making it a family thing and making sure, again, the parents are registered to vote, and have access to a site like Win My Vote and like yours, to get their questions answered that they may have. Anyway, would love to talk with you, and hope this helped a little bit, and look forward to chatting. And again, I'll be as flexible, so don't be bashful about offering up, an early time for me out here in San Francisco. I get up real early, and I typically am around here pretty late. Thanks. Bye.